There's some nudity in this cut.
Yes, there is. This is a fully rated R movie after all. We've got to have some sort of nudity to go along with our violence.
Is this and Highlander the only nudity we've had in main feed so far?
I mean,
do-
Milady in Three Musketeers, I remember, was very close.
Yeah, her bosom though was never out.
right.
Might as well have
we haven't been keeping track of the NPC number for each of the movies we've been covering, and that's a nipple per cut statistic. Robin, if you're feeling like you need something to do, that seems like a good project for a Saturday afternoon.
Oh, yeah. I get a spreadsheet out on that real quick.
Yeah, it's called Mr.
Some
Skin. It's
valuable
already been
information.
done. It's already been done.
Oh, man, I had a whole website design and everything. Oh, well. Anyway.
Oh well.
Yeah, Subotai gets real naked in this cut.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Amazing.
He's just hanging brain. Let's get to it. Let's get to that brain. Welcome, you broads and bastards, to the Conan the Barbarian podcast, Cut 4. I am your host, Jonathan, and I'm going to make sweet love to you.
That's right. And I'm Rick.
And I'm Bobcat Goldthwait, apparently. No, I'm Robin. Hi.
Hi, Bobcat.
That's right. And as stated, this is cut 4. It begins at 40 minutes, 20 seconds, goes until 59 minutes, 59 seconds, beginning with a handful of thieves breaking into the Temple of Set and ending with Valeria waking up to an empty bedroll.
Oh, yeah, this is good stuff. This is a lot of action. A lot of action.
Wait, is you saying Temple of Set? I have Tower of the Serpent. Is the Temple of Set in the Tower of the Serpent?
Well, okay. According to Mr. Black Lotus, that he swears isn't Haka or Haga or whatever he said. The cult is the cult of Set. The location is, or the building is the Tower of the Serpent. I mean, it's just a generic snake cult either way.
Right.
You know, but cults are usually really good about naming things so that everybody knows. You know, this is the it's the what's the song? The fly. There was an old lady. There was a big temple. It was named after a set.
Sort of like the Set bones connected to the serpent bone.
Yeah.
The Set tower's connected to the snake cult. The snake cult connected to the. Hey, it's our first rubber snake of the movie.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many snakes in this movie.
So many snakes.
I really appreciate the aesthetic choice that the snake cult does, where their entire building is very snake centric, and once you get inside, it's very snake centric.
Well, it's decor. Yeah, they run the theme all the way through. Yeah.
Rip off bullshit. Sorry, Skeletor.
This is all trademarked. You sons of bitches.
Hacks.
As we're starting off this,
snakes face each other, you shitheads.
as we're starting off this cut, we're supposed to be at the base of this tower, and I'm a little disappointed that it just looks like a generic medieval street. They don't have like more snakes at the bottom. You know, I want snakes all the way down.
No, we're top heavy.
Well, there is a shrine with candles and a symbol that looks almost like a T overlapped with an M. I'm not sure.
That reminds me of the Greatest American Hero symbol on the front of that guy's shirt. Couldn't really. It's not exactly it. TM or MT is better, but we've got to come up with who that's for.
I mean, I wasn't sure if it was Tulsa, but what's the M? Or is the M just snakes coming out of the T? I don't know. But
I'll explain it to you later.
Something smells in this place. I know that because Subotai, we take a couple of moments here and there with Subotai just being like Like,
If you've ever owned a snake, I know that smell.
uh,
It is not pleasant.
Yeah, I was reading up a couple of places that snakes have a musk that they can
Yes.
spray you with.
Well, it's everywhere.
What?
It's everywhere. In their cages, it just smells like reptile all the time.
This snake bullshit has got to stop. I mean, they can bite you and inject you with
Yeah,
venom
why
and
don't they
kill
have
you,
something
and
cool like spiders?
now they're spraying you like a skunk. This is
They're disgusting.
they need to just back off. Get out
Hey,
of this
we get a new
country.
character. Hi,
Yeah, I was
new
about to say,
character.
you know who isn't disgusting?
Mm.
We say
Subotai.
hello to Sandal Bergman, not as Queen Gedrin, but this time as the hero Valeria.
Yeah. And she's probably, as I will say, just from this cut, she's the best. She's one of the best actors in this movie so far.
Absolutely. She
To be
is the
fair,
most
we haven't
appealing
gotten
thing.
James Earl Jones hasn't actually gotten to act yet or speak. So,
Right.
and we
Just
haven't gotten to
glare.
Max von Sydow. So, I'm just
Yep.
saying she's quite good.
But I
Yep.
love it because it's like Arnold / Conan doesn't have a lot of lines, doesn't really talk much, and it could be because they're not trying to, play up the accent, or it's because Conan as a character just isn't very chatty. So we got Subotai here is like almost like comic relief, but Valeria coming in here, I mean, she just takes charge. She's
Oh,
great.
yeah. She's awesome.
I want a Valeria
appreciate
movie.
that, I appreciate that, like, she shows up and she's got these two guys, and it's not so much of a, oh, now it's a race to see who can pilfer the most fastest. It's like, these guys could be useful if for no other reason than to be as meat shields. So come along, guys.
Sure.
We're going to break into this place.
Yeah,
I
she
wanted-
because she brought the rope smartly.
Exactly.
That's true.
Do you guys have a standard kit whenever you go to rob someplace, or do you just show up
Yes.
empty-handed like Conan?
Yeah, I brought my sword. I didn't really think about anything else.
Whenever I rob somebody, I cover my hands in sticky tape, like reversible sticky tape, and I just kind of grab everything I can and run.
Yeah, I always like to have
always
one of
bring
those.
a pot of grease, and I've never used it.
I always like to have one of those glass cutters that you stick it and then you kind of like trace it
Those are
around.
good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Problem
they
is I
take a
don't have a
long
glass
time
cutter.
though, so I'm just sitting
Yeah.
there for like 15, 20 minutes trying to cut through this glass, and by then I've been found out, so I'm not very
trying
successful.
to steal enough to where I can get a glass cutter big enough, one for me to get through, sharp enough for it's easier to do. So right now, yeah, I got a rope guy. I got a rope guy that shows up usually. If you've ever seen the movie Suicide Squad, there's a great character called Slipknot. He can climb anything, in case you're wondering. So you can go.
Oh, that's a great power.
It is a great power, and he's in the movie for a long time and doesn't
It's mind-blowing.
die immediately. All right, so we're inside they climb up. Subotai, I like that Subotai does it. He's like, no, fuck your rope. I'm gonna climb up without it.
Yeah, it's fun because
Right.
in the comics, well, okay, not so much in the comics, but like starting off in the Robert E. Howard stories and moving on to the Marvel comics, Valeria has a lot of experience with rigging because in those stories she starts off life as a pirate. She's a pirate and a warrior. She's off the western coast of Hyboria. Her adventures as a mercenary in the southern borders of Stygia kind of lead her north to run into Conan, and then her and Conan are they have like a little team up and a romance in one of Robert E. Howard's stories called Red Nails. That was like one of the latest ones that he specifically wrote. But
Conan
It
runs
is-
into her southern borders later in this clip, in case you're wondering.
Yo.
in the Robert E. Howard story, she is dressed like 100% like a pirate. We're talking about the flared top boots, the cutlass, the flowy shirt.
I mean, she
Like,
does carry a cutlass.
Yeah.
Her sword is cutlass.
I believe in the novel they call her Valeria R. Right? Isn't that how it's pronounced in the
Valeria.
R.
Valeria.
R.
She's great. I if you go back and look at any of the behind the scenes of this, you can watch them both training. There's definitely a chemistry. I don't know. There, I looked it up. I actually looked up. Did Arnold Schwarzenegger date her or screw her? I guess it's the
They had
right
good
word.
chemistry too.
You know, whereas because in Red Sonja he met her and he boned her for a while. So I was kind of like, is this before he was kind of doing that, or because they have something?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. There's a heat, a presence. They work together. I like it.
I mean, they were
huge.
practically movie virgins because the sex scene that they share later, that's their first for both of them. So
Yeah. Aw.
might be some sort of a connection there.
It's not my first. The first woman I had sex with turned into a fireball and flew away. That's totally normal.
Do you have any more about Valeria? Because I got some stuff about Sandal.
Oh, tell me about Sandal.
Well, I will say they did consider Raquel Welch at first for this role.
Oh,
That's too much sexy.
okay.
But one of the first things that struck me when she showed up, I was like, hey, an American accent. And it's because she's from Missouri. In the 70s, she was a Broadway dancer, worked with Bob Fosse, ended up in All That Jazz and Xanadu. And soon after Xanadu, Fosse recommended her to Milius, and then she was cast as Valeria. And
Didn't we
she
talk
actually
about
got
this on Red Sonja?
Maybe. I don't know. Am I crossing my notes? I actually went back in my notes. I was like, what do I got here for Sandal? I didn't actually do any research. Maybe Rick brought it up. But she earned a Golden Globe for New Star of the Year for this movie, as well as a Saturn Award for Best Actress. Did all her own stunts.
Wait, there used to be a Golden Globe for New Star of the Year. Fucking Golden Globes.
I mean, if Valeria from Conan the Barbarian can win a Golden Globe, why not? It's for a good cause. So she got those awards, and then she was right after this movie, she's in the movie She, which is a total bomb and a certain TC Boo. I cannot wait to get to it, where she got nominated for Worst Actress at the Razzies for Red Sonja after that. So not much more. B movies, TV guest spots, and has since retired from acting. Pops up at conventions here and there. I'd love to meet her.
I bet you would. Horn dog.
Oh, and this tower climbing, by the way, as you have Aiko going through your head, it is inspired by the Conan story, The Tower of the Elephant, which has Conan climbing a tower to steal a gem called the Heart of the Elephant, different than the
that's
the eye of the serpent.
The eye of the serpent.
Yeah.
So they climb up this tall tower, and then this is a nice set. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes, like what parts of it are the set. Obviously, the tower is a set.
Yeah,
the outside with its undulating parts.
Yeah, I love how they have this sort of coiled rope texture on the outside that was probably very labor intensive to make, but the look definitely paid off.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then of course when they get to the top, you've got the snake heads and the well.
This fact about the damn thing. It was 40 feet tall, and it was built in an abandoned Spanish hangar. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I just was impressed.
And they go inside, and it's really cool inside. I like the inside. It's they go down a couple levels. There's of course there's a tube. When you got snake in there, big snake, you gotta have big hole for smell because it stinks. So they got these ropes.
This type of thing that they're climbing down. I assumed, okay, is this like a chimney? Is this some sort of well situation? It's like, no, it is a snake hole. And it is so all of the snake funk can just rise up out of the tower so everybody doesn't have to just sit and live in it all the time.
Yeah. But I love how the insides have like thorny or spikes pointing down. So it's just to keep that snake down there.
Yeah. It looks
like a rancor pit.
Yeah, it does. And they get Valeria goes down, and she stays in like the middle section where the Vestal Virgins are.
Well, that's the Snakehole Lounge.
Yes,
as opposed to the Snakehole proper.
Gotcha.
Oh, of course.
and Subotai and Conan go down into the snake hole. And while they're down there, they don't know it's a snake. They walk by it. I mean, I think we're all supposed to think it's a statue.
Like some sort of prop or something.
Yeah,
well, they're all props, but no, that can't be a giant snake. That has to be just more decorations. They just took more effort to paint it.
Where did we learn about the eye of the serpent? Like, at no point did they say they were going for the eye of the serpent. At no point.
We found out about the eye of the serpent in Subotai voiceover.
Oh.
The very
right,
tail
yeah.
end of last cut.
Oh, that's right. He was like, by the way, expositionally, just in case you're wondering. But it's not like we know anything about this. This is just shit they added later. This is definitely post-production. Like, well, we didn't. Oh shit, we forgot to say why they're there.
We forgot to give them an excuse.
In the narration, in Subtitle's narration, he says it's you'll find riches without end and the greatest jewel of all, the eye of the serpent. So
I mean, it's a pretty great jewel. That thing is
We-
the size of a fist.
This is like Conan's Indiana Jones moment.
Exactly.
Nothing happens though when he gets it. There is a little gleam on it. There's a little Ming the Merciless Flash Gordon like ting to the jewel. He and then we see upstairs Valeria's watching the ceremony, and we see Roddy Priest and the virgins he's got getting ready.
Okay. Not only is Valeria watching the proceedings, she snuck up behind a priestess, and we cut away to Conan and Subotai down in the snake hole. And then when we come back up to the lounge level, Valeria has completely replaced this priestess. She is gone.
Oh, it's
and
also
no one
that's an
has noticed
Indiana
that she's
Jones
put on
moment.
the outfit.
It's a much shorter priestess, but it seems to fit her fine.
What I think would have been a great add to this is that we cut down to Conan and Subotai like sneaking around, getting the eye of the serpent, and all of a sudden, the one thing that disturbs the giant snake is a body falling on it from above.
My gosh, that would have been so much better than the few drips of sweat that come off of Conan. Apparently, it's really hot down there, which honestly, snakes are cold blooded. They want to be in nice, warm,
It's
comfortable
humid.
environments
It's humid.
anyway. So,
Did you like how the Vestal Virgin who got naked is wearing young Dar's brother's outfit from the end of Beastmaster, the little horrible white loincloth on the kid? It looks better on her. Let's just put it that way. Although that outfit, I'm going to go on record now. That is my least favorite kind of white undergarment. It looks like big dookie filled underwear. It's just the worst.
it's really puffy in the front,
Yeah.
really narrow in the back.
Like, you know how you want to make your front look puffy, your front of your genitals look puffy, the back of your genitals, stick it up your ass crack, and then make it really, really high on the sides.
Yeah.
That's hot.
But yeah, he steals the eye, but he sweats. Oh, my Conan sweat has gotten into the eye of the snake. I've stolen the eye of the serpent, but the eye of the serpent has opened. See what
And
I'm
he
doing here?
almost gets away clean, but he's distracted at the very last minute before he climbs back into the snake hole.
Is Conan a moron? He knows this is the same people that killed his family, right?
That's the thing. I thought it's almost like he's figuring it out in this.
Oh wait,
moment.
this
But
is
then
another
again,
snake
why
hole.
is
It's the snake hole I was looking for. I thought it was just one of the many. Look, there are 5 of them.
Yeah.
To be fair. Yeah, I was like, yeah, dumbass.
I was confused by that. Yeah, because I was like, this is why you're going here,
Yeah.
right? You're hunting Thulsa Doom. Why are you suddenly going?
It's not.
Hey, this seems like
He's just there for the
for the treasure.
That's my problem with this scene. Is it seems like, oh, I'm here to begin my campaign against the snake cult. No, I didn't know they were the snake cult until I got in there.
Well, yeah, this is just the confirmation. You don't know. You joke about, oh, there's like 5 different snake cults, but there could be, there was a Tower of the Elephant that Robin was talking about. So who knows how many different animal cults you got?
Right.
It's just this one happens to have a gigantic snake.
Well, when he finds it, he has a flashback to his hot mom and the guys who Rowdy Priest and Thulsa Doom.
Rexor.
I'm not calling him that. It's stupid.
Well, he's technically a He-Man figure, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Fisto.
Yeah.
Ho!
I like how Conan skips to the end of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets like immediately. Like, how much struggle did Harry go through to stick something through those jaws? And Conan just does it right away.
Yep. It's just like,
It's still a struggle afterwards, but
to be fair, it's a little bit of claymation. There's a little, like, I can't tell if it's claymation or like more Harryhausen type stuff.
I think that whole thing is giant puppet.
Yeah.
It's practical. It's a $20,000, 36-foot mechanical snake.
Whoa.
It's a lot of money.
And the immense size meant it couldn't even like fit fully onto the set. So only really the front of it you're seeing.
Money well spent.
And they made one. They basically made three, I guess. There was one for a stationary shot, one that you see moving, and one that Arnold decapitates.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because when he's under it, and like when Subotai has knocked it up against the wall and shoots a couple arrows into it, like it's very rubbery at that part. And he's kind of thrashing around with it on him, like, oh no, this giant rubber snake is on top of me.
So help me, it's got me. It's pinning me down. Oh, wait, it's dead? Okay, let me push it off.
Oh, yeah. I made a note that this is all very, like, it's all happening very quietly. There's no, like, score of, like, oh, my God, like anything like that. It's just, like, quiet, struggling.
Right, because this is a stealth thing. You've got to kill the snake, but you got to be real quiet about it. This is the giant snake equivalent of sneaking up behind it and snapping its neck while nobody's looking.
Just saying, the people upstairs won't hear Basil's score, so we can just, I don't know.
So, does this girl? What's funny is that I couldn't believe the girl jumped into the pit, and then out of nowhere, a hawk came down, grabbed her, and flew her away to safety. I was like, "Wow, what a great team up!" Didn't see that coming.
Yeah. No. Instead, we get to just see a woman who woke up that morning, was like, yes, I'm going to get eaten by a giant snake. And then she hops down into this pit and, oh my God, snake is dead. What a hassle.
Wait, I don't get it. Was she expecting to get snapped up by the snake as she's falling? Or was she literally just like, I'm just going to fall 10 feet, 20 feet to the ground and just lay there in my broken shell
with my dumpy underwear on?
I've shit myself already. Why not? I'll give him a little bonus treat on the way down. By the way, the Subotai shoots some arrows at the snake while Conan is struggling with it, and real arrows shot right above Arnold's head, shot by John Milius himself.
Oh, okay. Well,
because it was determined he was the best archer in the crew.
It's got to be me, the director. Okay, so, well, it's not a bad fight. It's over a little too. We still haven't really gotten the prowess of Conan the sword fighter yet. We're really teasing it. We've seen Conan the weird boxing glove fighter. We've seen Conan use his sword a couple times on like wolves. We didn't actually see that. He's not really fighting much yet. He the only thing he does is he has a cool pose when Valeria shows up. He does kind of a cool overhanded sword pose, but we haven't really gotten him to fight yet. So I'm kind of excited for that.
We need some clang clang.
We need some clang clang.
Yeah. Unfortunately, all we're stuck with is our very attentive priestesses of the snake cult who turn around and notice that Conan and Subotai are actively climbing the ropes. It's very much everybody turns around and looks, and they're just like caught in the middle of it. Like, oh, you weren't supposed to see us. We're going to keep climbing.
Oh yeah. Those girls are in the clan. If you were wondering, they're 100% in the clan. They're wearing pointy hats and carry around torches. Come on, man.
Can I tell you guys about Rexor?
I tell you about my Lord and Savior Rexor.
Do you guys know this guy that plays Rexor? Anything about him?
Personally, no.
Got a great head of hair and an awesome mustache.
Yeah, I am not a sports guy. And I'm going to try to relate to you sports facts.
Okay.
His name is Ben Davidson. He was a three-time.
Let me guess. Did he play for the Pittsburgh Steelers? He just has the face of someone that would play for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, no, but I don't know. You might be close in color design because don't the Oakland Raiders have like a black jersey?
Not black and yet gold, but okay.
Well, sure. I mean, yeah. See,
he was a Raider
from Robin.
He was a Raider. That was my second guess.
He was
All
a
right.
three-time AFL All-Star. He grew his famous handlebar mustache because he embraced his reputation for being a villain. He would constantly smash into other players after the whistle blew, would always go after the opposing team's QB, and one player called him the #1 cheap shot artist. Now, he goes into football history here in 1970 against the Chiefs. Okay, we have a minute 8 seconds left. Chiefs are leading the Raiders 17-14. After the Chiefs QB was able to fake a handoff and pull off a 19-yard rush, which gave the Chiefs first down and effectively ending the game, Ben Davidson speared him in the back, which led to a huge fight on the field. After the field was cleared, the refs called Davidson's action a continuous action foul, which somehow made it so they'd have to replay the down. The second time around, the Chiefs did not get first down. They had to punt it to the Raiders, who pulled off a field goal, tying the game. As a result, the tie cost the Chiefs the division title. The foul helped the Raiders win. And of course, the NFL updated their rules on late hits after this debacle.
That's now considered a technical. That's now a technical foul, and that's hilarious.
What a dick.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. He'd have been ejected. Yeah, back then they used to just redo plays. They're like, no, this one they fucked it up. It's all done. Let's redo it. It's like, no, the play ended. I like that he and Subotai go to the same barber for the mustache.
It's true.
Look at that robe he's wearing. It looks really comfortable.
It's definitely like the thing that of the stuff that he wears in this movie, I'm like, oh yeah, that would be good if you're like sitting down on the couch with a plate of wings and a cold drink. Like that's what you want to be wearing.
That's his Saxon robe or his priesthood robe. It's funny that in this cut, that is the second best robe worn by somebody. Well, we're gonna get to the first best robe worn by somebody later in this cut.
Okay,
but yeah. So yeah, they all start screaming. Valeria is like, "Oh no! Like, oh yeah, they're infidels."
Yeah. I love Valeria's move here because she's right next to Rexer and she's calling out infidels. He looks at her. She realizes that he does not recognize her, and so she takes her knife and she slashes the bowstring of the guard next to her so that way he can't fire arrows. And then, of course, she does the great move of tying a rope around one of the guards, pushing him into the snake hole, and then elevatoring her way up out of the temple.
You know what that is, Rick? That's a classic pirate move right there.
Exactly. That is 100% a pirate move.
And we failed to mention her big quote, which should appeal to all sword boys everywhere, which is, "Do you want to live forever?"
Yep, that is a phrase used by John Raczak and later John Rico in Starship Troopers. It also historically appeared in the Battle of Bellewood in June 1918 by Sergeant Major Daniel Daly, an American Marine Corps hero. His words, quote, "Come on, you sons of bitches, do you want to live forever?" Those words are inscribed in stone at the National Museum of the Marine Corps in Triangle, Virginia. About 200 years before that, in 1757 at the Battle of Colin, I don't know.
I had a Battle of Colin earlier.
Is it the Battle of Cologne?
No, it's because we're talking about Frederick II of Prussia. Yeah, so Frederick II of Prussia is credited as shouting to some of his hesitating guards, "Kurls wollt ihr denn ewig leben?" meaning, guys, do you want to live forever?
Also,
but of course, I mean, Valeria is from before the rise of the Sons of Arya, so in history, she's the first one to say it.
Used by Prince Voltan, sort of, in Flash Gordon. Oh, well, who wants to live forever?
Yep.
And he goes down there. So this is, They go up there, and this is a great line. She says it twice, so obviously the movie wants us to remember that this is her.
This is her drawstring on her action figure. Like, do you want to live forever?
There's a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my pit.
There are two snakes facing each other in my boot.
Like this?
Like this.
Like just like this.
Just like this. Yeah.
So yeah, they go jumping. They jump into what looks like a very shallow pool.
Listen, if I've learned anything from video games, it doesn't matter the depth of the pool. If you land in water, you're fine.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, not great stunt work in that they don't fall like you would fall into a pool. They fall like you would fall into a giant box of a pile of boxes, which is what they're doing. But
Yeah, they're in a warehouse.
Listen,
so, yeah.
whatever gets them to the nearest, I guess, tavern / butcher shop.
Okay,
the
yeah. Here's my
fastest.
first question about this. The next scene is they're at like it's after they've got their pillages. They're looking.
Party time.
They're horning. They're winching, guys. They're Three Musketeers. They're gonna learn to winch. Is this in the same fucking town? Like,
Yep.
guys? Okay.
They never leave Zamora.
What?
They're really making a name for themselves.
Yeah. They
Who
have
stole
gone-
from us? Oh, they're down here. They literally went 3 doors down.
Yeah.
They're very easy to find. They're the ones with all the money because everyone else here is fucking poor and having sex with llamas. But those are the guys.
Yeah, that's like stealing from Bruce Wayne and staying in Gotham City.
Staying in Wayne Manor,
Yeah.
just in another wing. So
Meanwhile, there's
yeah.
like a guy like, hey, that guy punched my camel earlier.
Well, he punched it with his dick. Did someone say punching a camel with your dick? Okay, all the extras in this are either dressed like Captain Caveman or Fred Flintstone, and it makes me laugh. I love the extras in this scene. It obviously they were like, it's so good. It's so good.
This scene opens up like really to attract us young men by going, here's some sex and violence because we have a hot lady dancing and behind her,
Okay.
someone's getting animals getting slaughtered.
She's a
Blood everywhere.
Sumerian 4, maybe. I wouldn't say she's a hot lady.
I wouldn't throw her out of the.
There's a lot of wear
stable.
and tear. There's some city miles on her. And then these
That means more experience. That's
no.
a good thing.
No, it's rough. It's like one eye. The Valeria is like eyeballing Conan's giant jewel.
Well, okay, she's putting her hand into the small jewels, and then he grabs her wrist, and then he like picks up the eye of the serpent, and he like starts tracing her hand with it, and it's like, guys, what are we going to? And then we fade to the next scene to show exactly what they're going to. But like him handing over the largest, most valuable gem to her, like
Truly
that's-
outrageous.
Yeah,
Well, you know why? Here's what you missed. Here's what you missed. The scene before they showed the scene that we saw, they're both sitting there like, how are we gonna get these out of the city? And they're like, we're gonna have to swallow these jewels. And he literally is like, here you go.
Yeah.
I can't swallow this.
You take this one.
You're gonna have to jam this somewhere. My lady.
prison wallet.
Yes.
Well, now that Conan
Front
has
or
been
back, either one.
reminded, now that Conan's been reminded of his quest and given some sort of direction, I guess, by picking up some clues here,
Sure.
the jewels are not important to him anymore. Vengeance
Yeah.
is his.
No, jewels are important because not only because it seems like vengeance takes a second hand to winching and tearing it up. Because at first he's like, I've got the jewels, now I'm gonna go have sex, and then I'm gonna eat porridge. Like these are the 3 things on my bucket list.
Then nap, maybe very soon after.
What are the
Right.
greatest things in life, Conan? Jewels, boning down,
Porridge pillow.
sleeping in soup.
My God. Wait, so okay. So earlier you were talking about like this scene here between Conan and Valeria is the first time that the two of them have participated in a sex scene in a movie.
Oh, really? Well, I mean, that makes sense for him. He literally has never been in anything but like pumping iron. This is
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's kind of fun, I guess. I'm sure that's hard too. I mean, literally.
You got to give it to Sandel Bergman as an actress
He's giving it to
because
Sandel Bergman. Give him a second.
I'm just saying, like performing a sex scene with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I imagine it's like humping a Volkswagen because he's just this giant, muscly, hard guy. Like there can't be any softness to him.
It's like trying to have sex with a love sack.
Right.
One of those oversized chairs. It's just like, "Urgh." Just man meat everywhere. And I don't mean that man meat. I just mean all the. Well, also, whose place is this? Did they rent this? It's very nice.
This is the yurt they keep going back to over the course of this cut.
Right, but this is the beginning of the yurt, so I'm wondering if it's an Airbnb yurt.
Right.
Airbnb.
I mean, you can get
Airbnb.
yurts on Airbnb, but
It's bone and breakfast. What?
Right.
This is
This
how
is-
you do it.
this is the sex hut that they have rented for X amount of days with the pile of
so
jewels
it's-
that they store.
It's like Quarks on DS9.
Right.
It's just those hollow sex rooms that are upstairs. These are the. Got it. I got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And yeah, they have like what I like is that they both take off their swords. Like, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you
she's
think they're in love?
I mean, they kind of turn it into that
I
quickly.
think so too. Yeah.
The movie very quickly is like they're in love.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have a little like romance montage there. They fade between a couple of different scenes of them having sex, and then like they take a break to have like a snack, get their energy
Got
back,
carb
and then
Yeah.
they go right back at it.
Yeah. And then later on, he's having
Gotta
his
hydrate.
post-coitus porridge.
I love he
Not
just
just-
like
I love
tosses a
that-
chicken at past Val, and she just kind of like reacts like, "What the fuck?" Like I don't even know if that was planned.
That was not planned. A chicken flies in front of Valeria's face, and she's like, "What the fuck?" It was very funny.
Right.
Obviously,
Rick.
they kept it in.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and of
she
course
doesn't
they're
turn
using
into
their
a fireball, which Conan is not used to.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is
Right.
not how he normally has sex.
Aren't you supposed to go away at this point?
Hello, the TikTok. I don't know why I'm touching my wrist. I don't know what a watch is yet.
And of course, they're using their newfound wealth to outfit themselves with better
Yes.
equipment for the quest ahead.
You
It's
say
that classic
better
thing in
equipment,
D&D.
It's mostly hats. It's just hats. It's different
Well,
kinds
it's-
of hats.
It's hats. Later on, we're going to see it's armor and cloaks. And like when he heads out for vengeance, he is kitted out.
Mhm. It's almost too much. He almost overdoes it in the amount of clothes he's wearing. But yeah, I kind of like this. I kind of like this little love scene. And then the music plays and they sing. And then you know what? For this movie to actually have a campy scene where he falls asleep in the fucking gruel is that's actually pretty funny for a movie like this that has not been funny at all yet. Like has
This
not had.
cut, we start lightening up just a little bit.
Yeah, like because like Conan
Valeria.
the Destroyer is fucking cut up all the time. Like it is not serious at all.
Nice.
So this is kind of nice. Like she even does it's the ooby dooby scene from Star Trek First Contact when
What's a Star Trek stuff coming from tonight?
well,
Jeez.
because there's a scene in I call it the ooby dooby scene because the song Ooby Dooby is playing on the thing while Zephram Cochrane is getting Deanna Troi drunk, and then Will Riker sits down next to her. She falls over. He looks, and then he's like, "Oh man, it's the same scene with Valeria and Conan." She's like, "We're gonna have to fight," and then Conan just falls over. These dudes come in with the most useless face shields ever on their little outfits, which is pretty hilarious. That she pulls a knife and they both put down their little face things. They're already wearing armor. What are you worried about?
Yeah.
Listen, you gotta
Not the face.
protect the money maker. Like
Yep.
this is the money maker, and you gotta protect it so your nose doesn't get cut off.
Or it's because they have seen many people die to the porridge death. And they know that if they put something over their face, you can't drown in your own porridge. So
Can I
At first-
give you one more fun fact before we leave the party?
Please do.
Executive
it better
producer
be fun, though. I swear to God.
Executive producer Dino De Laurentiis wanted Milius to take out the scene with these guys getting drunk at an inn because he didn't think it was dignified enough for the characters, particularly Conan. John Milius says, quote, the idea is that it's great. They aren't dignified. They have money and they're totally drunk and excited with power.
They're drunk
Yep.
dumb assholes. They're not smart. They don't know what to do with the money. They're just like, I'm just gonna fucking winch and
Dino
'Cause-
especially did not like the shot where Conan passes out in his soup. And Schwarzenegger says it's like an Alka-Seltzer commercial. There's this quote about it.
he did his own stunt in that. He
What
stuck
does
his
that
own
even
face in that
mean?
gruel.
I don't know. Maybe because he's making
Alka-Seltzer
bubbles
commercial.
with this breathing in the soup. I don't know.
At first
Plop,
you
plop,
think,
fizz,
oh,
fizz.
this is the snake guards have come to get them. but we find out, and
Nope.
thank God for the voiceover,
Mm.
that they're taken to the Hall of King Osric, the Usurper,
That's
played by
right.
Max von Sydow.
He was once a powerful Northman like
Ooh,
Conan,
Northman.
but is now old and sodded. You guys
Theoden King.
You guys ever seen someone described as sodded?
No.
It's usually someone old and drunk, right?
Exactly. If
It's
you're
sodded.
if you're a sodded individual, that is that individual who has a habitual drinking habit, as in all the time.
He didn't seem that drunk. He just seemed depressed.
Yeah,
And
he has
this is where we see the best outfit of this cut is Conan the
Oh.
Barbarian is wearing what I can only call
Oh yeah.
carpet a la sausage. It is
It's like fabric that's been like kind of coiled or
into
or
sausage
bunched.
links, and it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's the best outfit ever.
I need a terry cloth version of this stat to get out.
This
I
looks
put that on
so
after a shower.
fast.
Oh,
What is that? Is that? Oh, I bet it wicks. I bet if you get in
Yeah.
that, I bet you just could clean right off. I mean, there's not a hint of porridge on his face. That thing must absorb so much porridge.
yeah. And it
Yeah,
came with
so,
body oil too. It kind of spread all over himself.
I absolutely love it. I love it. I hate the guards' uniforms. Those are the worst. That's the worst armor I've ever seen in my life.
It's got drop down face shields. What's wrong with that?
It's got drop down face shields, but it's like there's too much shit on him. Got too much shit on me. Yeah, he's literally got too much shit on him. He doesn't want to be. These guards don't want to be here anymore.
Here in the Hall of King Osric. So I looked up on the wiki. King Osric is the king of Zamora, the place that they are. So they never, like I said, they never left the city. They are here where the king is. So he dragged them all in. He's described as being very wealthy, possessing a sense of humor, even when the situation is considered dire. Apparently, according to the wiki, there is a deleted scene that exists for this movie where Osric is murdered by the followers of Doom shortly after Conan and his companions depart.
Oh,
Oh,
that doesn't happen though, right?
well, they didn't
No,
have to walk very far, right?
No.
This is all Zamora.
Again, yeah, this is like they're down the street, guys.
Oh, they're at Osric's house. I guess, what is that, 2 blocks away?
All right, we'll go. We don't need to hurry or anything. We can just take our time. It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll just get over there.
Want some Max facts?
Yes, Max facts.
Give us some Max facts.
Well, John
This is our
Huston
first
and
Max von
Sterling
Sydow.
Hayden. Yeah, John Huston considers Sterling Hayden was cast originally and then got sick, gave up the role, and now we got Max von Sydow, his third choice. How old do you think he is here?
Oh, 31.
31. He's 53.
Oh, it was so close.
Yeah. I don't really have too much about. I mean, Arnold said he's the first incredible dramatic actor he ever worked with. He finds
That's true.
Max's work staggering. Max von Sydow did this movie for his son, who is a longtime Conan fan, much like Frank Langella, you know. But really, I mean, I just have a string of like famous roles. One I actually didn't know. He's the voice of Vigo in Ghostbusters 2. I did not know.
I did know that because the guy who plays Vigo is a piece of shit. Fuck that dude. But
okay.
in real life, like he's a
really?
piece of shit. Yes.
Okay.
Not Vigo the Carpathian. I know he's a piece of shit. Is he a good guy? Go look up on
Let
the
me
internet right
ask
now,
him.
Robin. Is Vigo the Carpathian a good guy?
Get right on that.
Yeah, Max von Sydow. It's Sydow, I think. I don't think it's
okay.
Sydow. I think it's Sydow. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, I remember the first time I saw him as Flash Gordon. That was the first time I saw him. That was a year before this.
Right.
He does Dune a couple years after this. Also, fucking great in that movie. I'm trying to think. He has acted with 2 of the 3 owners of Planet Hollywood because he's in Judge Dredd because he's the Chief Justice that takes the long walk. He's so great. I mean, he
was in a movie with Bruce.
No, I looked. I even looked at the
okay.
Oracle.
The other
I even
owner
did-
is Arnold.
No, that was Stallone. I even looked it up in the Oracle of Bacon, trying to find them in a movie together. They don't. They're not. It took 5 movies to get them to connect. So no, I looked that up. The dude is a ruby hoarder. He has. If you ever wonder where all the rubies are in Samaria, he has them. Because he tells this story. He's like, he just wants his daughter back. Hey, tale as old as time. Daughter joins a snake cult, moves away. He wants her back. Can't get her. She's been taken west or whatever.
She's been Liam Neeson was a little young for this role.
Yes.
At that.
He really is kind of bringing the Santa Claus fashion and into the Barbarian age.
He has the Ghost of Christmas.
Is he the original Father's Christmas?
The Ghost of Christmas Present, like kind of vibe too.
Yeah.
Yep. It's very Christmassy. He's very Clausian.
Mm-hmm. I like that he has no love or real regard for the snake cult guys. He talks about how
they smell
Rexor, or whatever you're calling him, Jonathan.
Rowdy priest.
Exactly. He lost the giant snake, lost the eye of the serpent, charges into Rexor's throne room and is like, "You king, you need to do something about this," and starts making all these demands. And so Max von Sydow was like, "Yeah, those snake guys, those snake boys, fuck the snake boys.
Fuck those guys." Yep.
And of course he talks about the geography of the Hyborian age. He's talking about Nemedia and Aquilonia and Koth and Stygia. And
I wish he'd had a map. I wish he had a map they could point to so Rick could get a full Conan boner.
That would have been so good.
Over all the maps.
Is that a Coner?
Yeah.
Coner. Yeah.
It's a bonan. The barbarian bone.
And then, of course, he pulls out the signature weapon of the snake cult assassins, which is like a coward, a dagger.
The worst dagger ever invented, a two-bladed dagger. Awful.
Yeah.
The fangs of the serpent. So we have the eye of the serpent, the fangs of the serpent. We're just going to get the whole body soon enough. He says something interesting. He says, "You see this? They call it the fangs of the serpent. And this one was thrust into a father's heart by his very son." And then I'm like, how old is Thulsa? Is Osric the son? I don't understand.
Oh, I mean,
is he talking about himself? Or?
I think what happened was both his kids must have gotten involved in the snake cult, and the son tried to either kill him or something.
Okay. No. Osric is a king. He knows other kings, and so like he had a connection to another noble, and that other noble's son killed the noble, and then the dagger eventually got to Osric.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so that's why he's like, could my daughter have a similar dagger like this that she's going to plunge into my heart? I can't let that happen.
Right.
Gotcha.
By the way, Arnold owns this prop still.
He gets it's less owning. I just have it.
Yeah. It's actually, I love the idea that Osric is so disgusted by this dagger that he throws it. But I'm always underwhelmed when it kind of flies a couple of inches and then sticks into the wood with a soft thud. It just feels like he should be throwing it into a pile of metal things to make it clang and smash and be more noisy.
We're just dying for some clanging.
We didn't make the set that big. The set is very small.
You just a bunch of things crashing and then maybe like a cat like trying to run away from it.
Basically, they're going to give him all these rubies, enough for them to become royalty themselves, which is kind of where the movie's going.
This is the kingdom's strategic ruby reserve.
Yep.
He says his daughter travels east to Tulsa Doom and his mountain of power. Is the mountain of power a place, or is it just describing something?
No, it's a literal
Tulsa mountain. Doom lives in Tulsa Doom. It's a mountain of power in the desert.
Listen, Thulsa Doom, he's got a snake aesthetic, and he lives in a mountain. He lives in Snake Mountain, which is another thing.
Fucking bullshit. Rip-off artists.
He's got a tower with a flared base.
I gave them Rexor.
That Skeletor just keeps giving.
I'm a giver.
Ain't no country boy quitter.
So they give all the rubies in the entire town. They're going to give to them.
Yeah.
and they're gonna go and do this. But Valeria has a different idea. She's like, "Hey, this kind of sucks. Let's just leave with the money and go because I'm gonna now that Subotai is not in the room and can't give exposition. By the way, where the fuck Subotai was like drunk in the corner. He was dragged into the meeting and
Conan was holding him up.
and then he's gone again. Like he just like literally they put his head back in some porridge, just like shh, just go to sleep, Subotai. And so she's kind of explaining Thulsa Doom's deal. Because again, I don't think Conan gets it yet. I don't think we're at the point. He's gotten the amulet. By the way, that's the biggest fucking amulet I've ever seen. Good luck wearing that thing. It's like the size of a personal pan pizza. So
That's right. Yeah.
He's staring at it like it's a smartphone.
yeah.
Like she's trying to have a conversation. And he's trying to play.
I'm playing Candy Crush.
Flappy Snakes or something like that.
Right.
I'm playing what's the word?
He's playing Snake.
Yeah, I'm playing Snake. But yeah, he's kind of fixated. She tells him that it's basically a death cult. Don't go in here. They've got a sorceress. This is a bad
The
idea.
mountain of power is said to be impregnable, and which Conan would reply, "I can impregnate the bitch."
Yeah, I can impregnate any mountain. Well, no, that's not what she's saying. And they kind of hug, and then he picks up the snake again. He's fixated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking because Valeria is bearing her soul talking about all this time, like living alone and having to pass by in the night other people who have someone to hold on to.
And you have known Conan for 2 days. I feel like it's been 2 days.
But how great is the line?
Romance, though?
Take the world by the throat and make it give them what they desire. It's a very crush your enemies, see them driven before you type of mentality.
But always ask for consent. I'm big on consent.
Sandal's doing a great job here, and I feel like Arnold is actually doing some great work as a result. Like, just he's just kind of staring ahead, but he's looking very pensive. His eyes look a little watery.
Distance.
So
yeah, it's the more subtle Conan, the more subtle Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he's not delivering dialogue, and that's the benefit of what he's doing right now.
Yeah, she's doing the heavy lifting, ironically, in this scene. So, great scene.
Left behind,
and then he does he says it has a Sumerian goodbye, and he leaves her in the middle of the night.
But he leaves the eye of the serpent, so at least she's got that to hold.
I can't put that up my rectum, so you're gonna have to keep it. And then he's got he's kitted out in his armor. That's kind of the last thing we see him in is his kind of Mongolian armor.
Yep.
The best money can buy, or at least the best they can buy in that city.
Yep. Conan and Clompy off to get some revenge.
I'm finally in the goddamn movie. Oh, by the way, he's so heavy. In case you're wondering.
Oh, I bet.
Especially in all that extra armor.
Oh my God. I need to work out. I need to do my cardio.
That's right. He'll have plenty of opportunity for exercise in the upcoming trek that they're on. It's going to take a while for them to get to the mountain.
Sounds like
I thought you were about to say next time.
I
thought you were about to say next time. Literally, we're ready.
So saddle up, because next time, Conan rides east toward Thulsa Doom's Mountain of Power. Among ancient mounds, he finds a hero, the wizard and narrator of this tale. Donning a disguise to blend in with the worshippers, Conan infiltrates Doom's cult. But he's quickly discovered and brought before Thulsa Doom for a demonstration of the demigod's power. Contemplate this in Cut 5 of Conan the Barbarian.
I can't believe they figured out my very clever outfit. I'm like 300 pounds of man.
Now I know the movie's called Conan, but I'm hoping that Valeria isn't like cut out for the rest. Like maybe I'm assuming that they're just going to bring her in at the end or something like that. Hit surprise, Valeria's here to help. But I'm hoping she's in the movie more than that.
Oh, she is. Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, I think next cut is going to be a great illustration of just how smart Conan's enemies are. These are not a bunch of faceless goons. These are guys that can actually think and react and remember things that happened to them just a little bit a while ago. So it's going to get quite interesting because we're switching from Conan the thief to Conan the spy.
Nice.
And he's not made for that. He left the two people that are the most nimble behind and good at sneaking.
That's true.
All
But
right,
I
well-
am in True Lies, so I have a no.
I'm more a facilitator at that point. Am
Yeah.
I really a spy?
He hasn't reached True Lies level of spycraft yet.
No. Damn it.
Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks, and we'll watch some more Conan. I'm excited. This is been good so far. Robin, are you enjoying it?
Favorite cut so far.
All right, that's because it has boobs. I know you,
Oh, yeah.
pervert.
Big snake. Big snake and boobs. That's all I asked for.
Big snake, that's me. See you guys in 2 weeks. Clang, clang.
Bang, bang.